So I've had some questions regarding my settings and why I use them. Today I'm going to go into a little bit of depth about why I use them. Obviously a lot of sweaty comp players are going to watch this video and make fun of me or like tell me that they're not interested because I'm not actually that good of a player. For people who are like completely beginners and are getting started, I noticed that even things that are really simple for me, and even though I'm not the best player in the world, they could go a long way in assisting some other people. So first of all, I'll show you all the settings, and you don't really need to copy them manually anymore because I can just drop the this and I'll put that somewhere. I think I'll use Pastebin or whatever. So yeah, here's what they look like if you need to copy them manually, and then I'll explain some things. Okay, so to begin with, I wanted to talk about quick reloads. This has nothing to do with settings, but I did notice some players who even had a lot of experience on the game, maybe because they were playing on a mobile device or something, they just hadn't really learnt about this. So, with your AR, or well, any weapon, I mean even handgun, when you're reloading, it'll take quite a long time to finish that bar, if you even notice. You might have noticed what I just did there, reduced the time by a little bit, but that's not what I'm trying to show you. This is a full reload, obviously. There's literally no point in doing that because if you stop when the bar gets halfway, I can't really demonstrate, but once the bar gets here, if you quick melee or switch your weapon, you can reduce the time by literally like 50%, I think it would be. Actually, no, it's a little bit faster on the second bit, I think. Oh no, maybe not. Anyway, that should literally buff how fast you're shooting by 2 times, so that's incredibly important. Okay, secondly, and probably more importantly, is easy quick attack and quick attack keeping. I'm pretty sure quick attack keeping does absolutely nothing. It only depends on whether you have easy quick attack on or off. But with your scythe, you may notice if you're starting a game or you've been playing mobile or whatever it is, your scythe doesn't do this, and it does, the ability instantly when you press on it. That's because of easy quick attack, which, here it is, quick attack keeping, normally set on 0.25. It does that. This is beneficial in a few ways because if you're prepared to scythe, well, that's just very efficient, and also you can shoot instantly, which is quite an advantage considering with it off you can't actually do that unless you wait to the last second. This is a lot of information to process all at once, so I'll try to like explain what this means. But when I have this off, or I think if I have this off, it doesn't do anything this doesn't do anything if you don't have that on, I don't think. Anyway, with this off, if I do that, there's a little bit of time that it takes to be able to shoot again, like that, unless I wait until the very end. As you can see, that's quicker. And I think it was a Viecti video that I saw that said this exact line. This can help you in games like, okay, I guess my brain's like shitting itself, but this is very advantageous because well, you can shoot instantly, and then if you don't do that, then they're going to be able to kill you and you won't be able to kill them. That's about it. So this is actually optional. I was going to say like this is terrible and you should not use it, but only today I found out that you can just like shoot instantly after doing that. I might even try playing with it just to like experiment, and I guess that's like fair enough because there's advantages to using each one. So I mean, even just then you could have seen that like I was about to fall off the map because I wasn't prepared to do that. You don't have as much time to think. Now having this off can help because, well, the reason I use it is because you can scythe bait. You can technically do it with quick attack keeping, but you have to use the ability first. I mean, easy quick attack. What I'm trying to say is like, if your opponent is here, for example, right here, and you're down there, right? You're over here, and you scythe here, they're going to be aiming right here, right? So if you scythe, they're going to be looking there, but you haven't actually scythed up. So they thought you were going to scythe up and maybe started shooting some bullets here, wasted them. But then you go over here and you scythe up, and then you have the advantage because they don't really know where you are. Or at least they won't be able to register that instantly unless they're ESPing. That's actually a method that gets people banned. That's how like important that it is. That you can literally tell if someone was ESPing or not, because I mean that just objectively gives you a huge advantage. Sorry if you're having trouble understanding what I'm saying. I guess I'm a little bit lost. Today I'm a bit tired, but anyway, this applies for Katana as well. So as you can see, I have this off. Obviously you wouldn't want to be doing this. There's no point in quick meleeing anyway with Katana, because like I saw this on an incubator video, which was pretty hilarious. It's like, look at me, I'm Katana, and that's like so true, because if you just keep doing this, you're just going to give away your position. I think it does give you a speed boost for some weapons, especially if you slide jump like this. That's actually helpful in moving quicker, but I don't know. I'm not a movement boss. People would say my movement is good, but I'm just kind of going with the flow. I don't try to study text or anything. I couldn't really explain to you how I'm moving. But my point is, quick attack off of this can still help, because you can like bait if you press this and then like wait till the last part. Like if you press it and you're intending on countering their bullets, then it will do that instantly. But if they didn't actually shoot any bullets, if you have that on, you've wasted the katana. So if they didn't shoot any bullets at this point, you can wait till the end and then do that. Which doesn't give you as much time, but still, obviously, it's gonna deflect bullets instead of failing, and then they're just gonna see the katana effect and dodge it. With easy quick attack and quick attack keeping on, however, this can give you a little bit of help, because you don't have to time the quick melee keybind and the right click or whatever is bound to your ADS. It just does this as soon as you press F. Yeah, so now that I'm looking at this, it might actually help you a bit to have easy quick attack on. The other thing I forgot to mention is that you can still scythe bait or even katana bait if you have easy quick attack on. Just pull out the melee and do it. And I'm sure most of you have figured that out, because I've definitely seen some mobile players using this. But yeah, my point is you can't quick melee to do that. With fists, you'll see that you can like do what everyone else is doing with it off, because there is no ability. I don't know if I'm making sense, but my point is like you can still slash normally if you have it out, but when you quick attack, it'll do it instantly. So yeah, I don't know, I would recommend having it off, but yeah, I normally play with it off. Maybe you'll see in future videos I'm actually maining this, and none of you realize it because I'm addicted to it all of a sudden. Anyway, quick attack keeping, I'm not really sure. I haven't even read this properly. What is it? Advanced. How long in seconds do you need to hold the quick attack button for you to keep your weapon out? Oh, so if you hold it. Let's see. Oh! Wait, no, I didn't even have it on. I'm just saying shit. Wait. Okay, that's a little handy, I guess. I mean, you could always just press 3. But if you hold it, you can... Maybe I'll turn it down a bit. If you had that, like... Hey, okay, I might play with that. That's kind of nice. Anyway. The next thing, this is a message to all the mobile players and controller players. Don't be ashamed to use auto shoot, honestly, like, bro. If you want to use it, then use it. At least auto shoot is like, if you have aim assist off, at least you're still aiming properly. On controller, it is insanely hard to aim, at least for me. And if you think about it, you've only got one finger, which is usually your thumb, as opposed to an entire, like, space with your mouse that you can move it. If I had auto shoot on PC, I'd probably be using it too. And mobile devices are just... Wait, what the hell? Oh, you can use quick attack keeping without... Oh. If you're using auto shoot and aim assist, you will hit more shots. Wow. If you're on a phone and you suck at the game, then use auto shoot and aim assist. I would be doing that too. I mean, look at me. I'm missing shots on red dummies. I did show my pull strength at 100% when I was going through the settings, and I suppose that's not too important, but I would say like 70% if I was actually playing. I just hadn't configured that at any point. Crosshairs, I used to make fun of people for caring so much about, asking YouTubers what their crosshair settings are. It's like, it is a little bit silly, it's not going to make you magically get better. But crosshairs are important. Like, that's just true. If my crosshair was this big, it would be harder to see their head, obviously. Like, you can make it a plus as well. Plus is like equally as helpful, if not even better, depending on how you play. Like, it's different for everyone. Settings are different for everyone in general. Like, you don't need to copy my settings exactly. That's why I thought I'd kind of explain why I'm doing this instead of just telling you to use my settings, because then you can kind of decide for yourself, does this actually help me or not. The other thing I wanted to go into is hotkeys. I used to play on trackpad, so I didn't really have a right click. With the trackpad, you can right click, so if you're like scything, then you could press F. Well, that's what mine's set to. F and then right click. So I would recommend having your ADS button set to E or Q. Like, I even feel like using the E thing sometimes. But you have to move your fingers around a bit too much to try to move while doing this. That's a disadvantage there. So I feel like E's kind of more comfortable. I'm pressing that with my index finger. Another thing to note is that I don't use control. And if I did use control, I don't use my pinky or my thumb. Yeah, it feels a bit uncomfortable for me. I just use index finger on C. So if I was aiming with E, like this, I cannot slide jump. But I'm still able to move like this, but I can't press D or C. It's a little bit interesting now to think about it. My index finger hits D, F, and C. So that makes me move right, I mean straight right. It makes me slide. Oh, okay. I wasn't even aware of what I was doing here, but my middle finger goes to D, and then I use index on that, and then index on F. Why I would recommend using C instead of control, because you can move from F to C really quickly with your index finger. I have all the optimization on. Some people prefer it without. Sense is close to max. My Roblox sense is 0.04. I changed this around a lot. I changed this around a lot. I changed my DPI a lot. Don't even know what my DPI is. I'm only able to like change a track speed on my MacBook. So don't ask me that. I can't give you my exact sensitivity. I would say my DPI is like, I don't really know how to put it. Like it moves with my mouse, I guess. It seems to be that the one that's most comfortable for me is where it's like, it feels like the amount of space I'm moving in real life is the amount of space I'm moving on my screen. Field of view is 98, non-scoped is 60, scoped is 70. This is Swift's settings. Yeah, gameplay effects and camera shake are off. If you want to like know my minimums and maximums, it'd probably be like, this would be my minimum, 45 for non-scoped, 50 for scoped. I actually used to play with 0. I don't know if my old videos are uploaded, but I was a bit of a weirdo. That is definitely not what you should be doing. I would probably say 100% is my maximum. I could probably play with that, like, but I wouldn't use it. So let's say like 90% maybe. I'd say so between 50% here and 90%. 90% is pushing it a little, 50% makes it a little bit weaker, but I can still aim with it. 70% is comfortable for me, 60% is comfortable for me here. Maximum, maybe 70%, that gets a little weird. Really depends on what this is, and that's where I'm going to say my minimum here would literally be 80, I'm not lying. 80 is kind of nice sometimes. Shout out Druso, Drew50, if any of you know him. Pretty sure I got this idea from him, or filmed it. But, like, it's not bad. 110's pushing it, maybe 107. 107 would be the max. Yeah, so that's a pretty big range, but anyway here, it's not going to destroy your aim depending on what these are. Like, people think settings are way too important. Just do what's comfortable. Because the chances are a lot of these settings, like if you messed around with that and you configured it randomly, it's still going to be comfortable if you use it for an hour, right? So if you've been playing the game for 20 hours total across like all sessions on the settings you're using right now, and then you try to copy my settings and I tell you to go somewhere between that, the chances are you'll be going closer to what yours were originally, which just proves it's really what you're used to. Like, there's no perfect settings. Interface, I have padded HUD always on. I think I stole that from Roman. I see him doing that. You don't really know anything until you try it, you know? So, I don't know. Give it a try, see what you like. As you can see, if you watch me playing with this, it probably doesn't look weird anymore because you've been watching this whole settings video. But now, if I disable it, it probably looks a little weird how it's closer to the edges of the screen. I suppose why this is helpful is because maybe I'm a little bit blind from being on my computer all day, and like my eyes range is shortened. Or, I mean, even if your eyes range is short or not, you're still, like, the closer they are to the middle means your eyes are moving less. As I said, settings are really unique to you. I'm just going to give you some advice instead. I'm not going to say copy my settings, because please don't do that. I mean, you can do it and feel it and be like, wow, I feel like this wanker guy. But it's not going to suddenly make you play like me. Like, if you're better than me, you're not going to get worse. If you're worse than me, you're not going to get better, I reckon. But if you use some of this advice to formulate your own settings, then maybe you will improve. Damage flashing I have off, but I really cycle between any of these. I kind of like them all. Outline's cool. Can't really see it on the red dummies, it seems. But yeah, outline is kind of cool. And damage flashing on is actually kind of cool. I thought it was obnoxious once I realized you could turn off it, like once they added that update. So I thought it was kind of pointless, but I suppose it's still like... Yeah, it's harder for me to aim, but it helps because you can see people if they move and stuff like that. Dark blinds is obviously on, but this, I'm also kind of weird in the way that, like, I don't have a specific formula. I kind of just, I switch between whatever I'm feeling like, and this doesn't really bother me that much because I'm not like a caveman. I mean, not a caveman, I'm not Batman hiding in a dark room. But yeah, so dark blinds I have on though, because I feel like it fits the color scheme that I'm already looking at more, so it like doesn't trip me up as much, if that makes sense. So when it goes black, I can kind of go back. If I do get flashed like an idiot, if I do get flashed like an idiot, I'm a bit more able to adapt and get back into the game, as opposed to it being really bright, if that makes sense. Displayed data's current elo, this doesn't really matter at all, but I don't know, I like seeing people's ranks, because, I mean, I guess that's more of a measurement of skill. Anyone can streak farm, but at the end of the day, ranked is not proving anything. Don't listen to the little loading screen message. It's like, play ranked to determine your real skill, because, dude, it is not determining anything. Ranked is cooked right now. I do love the developers. I think they're really good so far as their talents, like in making animations or scripting and stuff. But the truth is, they know that cheaters are giving them money, so they just let cheaters play. That's about all I have to go through. Thank you so much for watching this long. But yeah, if you did watch until the end and you appreciate the advice, that makes me happy enough. You don't even need to subscribe or like if you don't really like the video. If I could give you some good advice, then at least I know people are improving. You know, I feel like it's a good thing, because a lot of the Rivals players are pretty brain dead right now. This video was specifically made for, actually, I don't want to name Docs, like, because I don't want him to get unwanted attention. He's pretty young. But yeah, you know you know that I made this for you. So I hope this helps you out. Anyway, that's enough yap. Thank you for watching.